I think every Graham, not only every Graham, but everybody at the top of the Washington Post company had the same reaction when we first started to think about the possibility, which was great surprise, sadness, and but the reason we started to think about it, Brooke, is the point of our family's ownership, and we were brought up to understand this, was always supposed to be that it was good for the Post. And as last year ended, I sat down with the publisher of the Post, Catherine Weymouth, who is also Katharine Graham's granddaughter and the daughter of my stalwart sister Lally, whose story from Egypt led the Post on Sunday.
Yep.
And Catherine and I started to look at the numbers, realized that this year, 2013, would be the 7th straight year of significant declining revenues. As your broadcast indicates, we've innovated a lot. And if I look back all those years, I'm amazed and impressed by how successful our innovations have been in audience and quality. But the revenues we've got from those innovations haven't offset the continued pounding decline. We knew we could keep the Post alive. We knew it could survive. But our aspirations for the Post have always been hired by that. So we went to see if we could find a buyer who would do a fair deal with the Washington Post company, fair for our shareholders, but also have opened the possibility of a better future for the Post. Jeff was, we were represented by an investment bank called Allen & Company. Their people had 2 early conversations with Jeff, who surprised me by expressing quite a bit of interest, but then stopped talking to the Allen & Company people.
And when was that? When did you first have contact with Bezos?
It was in the first half. It was, I would guess, March or April this year, but I don't honestly know.
But just a few months ago.
But,
this all happened pretty quick.
Well,
it all happened in secret.
A few months ago, but this is kind of interesting. I find this both interesting and important. Jeff had those conversations, and then there was a pause in the conversations for 2 months. And I thought he had simply terminated the conversations, but it turned out he was thinking about it. And Jeff's a very analytical person, and I'm sure he was looking over numbers and wondering whether he thought he could make the business succeed. Jeff then reached out to me less than a month ago. We met at a conference face-to-face twice, the second week in July. We spent an hour together. He asked for time to study the numbers. We then spent another 2 hours together. And at the end of it, he said that he thought he wanted to go ahead, but he and his team needed time to really look over the business and understand it more thoroughly. And then he did, and we quickly reached a deal.